Hello fellow RVers, this is Gary with Rough Road RV Life. We like looking at freedom. Got my wife Sharon behind the camera, and we're going to be doing another Rough Road review of this park that we're at. Today is March 19th, 2020, and freedom has brought us to a state park of Florida, in Central Florida, around Tampa. We are at Hillsborough River State Park. And in my opinion, this is probably one of the top 10 state parks in the state of Florida. Now behind me, you can see the ranger check-in station where you would come check in right off of Highway 301. And this campground has 5 parking lots and 2 campground loops. It has a swimming pool, major trails. It's on the Hillsborough River with canoe kayaking. There's just a lot to do at this park, and it's a rather large park. So we are going to head that way, down the road this way. Going to make a right-hand turn and start the loop. Take it parking lot by parking lot into the campground and show you what this state park is all about. So let's get going. All right, so we're going to start this loop as we venture back into scenic Florida. One way. There's some wetlands across from us. Restoration area.
This is a beautiful little drive, and it's about 1 mile.
I think it's about a 1 mile loop.
One way.
This would be parking lot number 1 that you would come to. It's the administrative offices. You got the interpretive center, campground. Now, unfortunately, like I said, today is March 19th, and we're in the middle of the coronavirus. Tomorrow, all the Florida parks are closing for camping, so a lot of these facilities that would normally be open are closed, like the pool, the interpretive center. There's a restaurant here. They're all closed because of the virus, but on a normal day, all of this would be open. As you can see, this is a rather scenic drive.
We've seen turkey cross the road.
Pigs.
And pigs this morning. Hogs. I suppose wild hogs might be the term.
This is the Rapids and the River Nature Trail. As you can see, the parking lot is full.
This is a great little walk.
So this is the Rapids River Trail, which is a nice loop along the Hillsborough River. It's a 1.2 mile loop, and you walk right along the river and you get to see rapids. And it's a clear water river, so you can actually see fish. We actually saw an alligator and some turtles. So this is a really nice walk.
And the cool thing about this trail is it will join up with a couple of other trails, so you can make this walk as long as you want or as short as you want. You could even walk down here, look at the rapids, and head back for just a straight walk in and walk out instead of doing the loop.
Yeah, there's an overlook at the end of this entry path. If you wanted to do the loop, then you would go off to your left where the trail is and loop around. But this is the overlook of the river that you would come to.
Class 2 rapids. There's another smaller set down the trail, but very lovely. Very pretty. And this water is clear. Yeah, a little not crystal clear, but you can see right down to the rocks.
Now across the river, there's actually another trail over on that side called the Banyan Trail that you can access from another location. Okay, so we're going to head back to the parking lot and head to parking lot 3, I believe now.
They have been doing some prescribed burns here, so that's why you see the burn areas.
We're coming up to parking lot 3. Recreation hall, picnic shelters, the suspension bridge, and a couple of trails.
Quite a few cars here this afternoon.
So we're off of parking lot number 3, and this is the pavilion area, as you can see in front of us. There's also some trails. So we're going to walk ahead. This is where the suspension bridge is, and there's a lot of people here. So this is children, and we don't try not to film children, so we're going to see what we can do here.
This is a good view of the trails.
This was the first parking lot, the 1.2 mile loop that we just showed you with the rapids. And we're right in here, so we're going to walk up to this bridge, and you can do this Baynard Trail, which is 1.1 mile from the bridge. There's a bridge here, but that's closed. It's broken.
And for you more adventurous folk, there's a 3.2 mile trail. I believe that's a Seminole Trail, correct?
Yep.
It's called a Florida Trail here, but there is a primitive campground there.
And this wetlands trail here, this is wide open. It's not in trees, it's just a wide open trail.
And we had a morning walk the other morning, so if you take your dogs, make sure you take water, because one of ours was just about done. And we weren't even back yet. Okay, let's go see. There, if you were going to the suspension bridge, you head on this way, but you can also go this way. This is definitely a park I want to spend more time at. We're here primarily to visit family in the area, so we've really enjoyed walking these trails and playing along the river.
Now, actually, the next parking lot we would go to would be parking lot 4, where the canoe kayak launch is. But since all these parking lots are connected by this one main trail right up here, we're just going to make a left here and just walk down and show you parking lot 4 for the canoe and kayak launch. So right down this walkway would be parking lot 4. It'd be the next one up from where we were parking lot 3. And as you can see, you got the canoe and kayak rentals. And right down there, we're going to walk down there to where you would launch. So this would be your launching area right here. And that is downstream that way. Very picturesque Florida River.
Okay, along the way here, heading towards the suspension bridge.
This is actually the Rapid River Trail we're on now. This would be the far end of it before you make the loop to head back. So this is typical of the trail.
All along here. This also joins to the other parking lot.
Yep.
With a lot of picnic areas. There's one right through there. And there was another playground back there as well. Here's that other little rapid area I was telling you about. Sounds nice.
So this is the suspension bridge. And if you go across the bridge and make a right, you got the Baynard Trail, which is a 1.1 mile loop. If you go to the left, you're on the Seminole Trail, which is a 3.2 mile loop. And the Seminole Trail is considered moderate hiking, as well as the Baynard Trail is considered moderate hiking. But I found the Baynard Trail to be fairly easy.
Yeah, it's It's Florida.
Yeah.
Might have some roots. That's it. I think it can be muddy sometime, but we
Right.
didn't experience any of that. So you can see how everything's just connected. If we kept going this way, it would take us back to that overlook where the first rapids were.
Right.
Nice. Ooh, something's on me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think it's a worm. Get it off of me, please. It stung me. Did you get it off?
Yep.
Was it a worm?
Yep.
There's a worm invasion here. We'll show you what we're talking about in a minute. But what's really cool about this, if you're about my age, grew up in the day of road trips and wayside parks, there's these rock picnic tables and water fountain. I don't think they're working, but very reminiscent of our journeys to North Carolina. Nice picnic areas all throughout here though. There's one over here. Better view. Tucked among the palmettos. There is a dog water station up here, which is nice. Our dogs appreciated that. Because even though it's March, it's hot.
We do bring our dogs water. Yeah.
But it's nice when it's right there.
And we have a water in the car for them too.
And there's a look
At the playground.
at one of the playgrounds. So this is the one in, which parking lot number is this?
We're in parking lot 3. We're in the parking lot.
Yep. And if you have to go, there you go.
Straight ahead to the parking lot.
We are avoiding public bathrooms as much as possible during this uncertain time, right? Unless we have to go, then we'll just wash up real good. Okay, leaving parking lot number 3 and heading to parking lot number.
We're going to do a drive-by of 4 because we've already seen that. That's only the canoe launch.
Right.
So we're just going to do a quick drive-by at the 4th parking lot. This is parking area number 4, and that just goes to the canoe kayak launch. Now across the street from parking lot number 4, you have this big beautiful pool.
Okay, here you have the poolside cafe and gift shop, which has been closed our entire visit here due to the coronavirus, and this beautiful pool also closed. How many degrees is the water?
I believe we read that it was 70 degrees.
Oh, that's a little below
That's a little,
spring water.
yeah, spring
guys.
water's 72 in Florida, so that's a,
And that's flipping cold.
I don't know why it's that cold.
Maybe it's like spring water. Maybe it's spring fed, but I don't know why it would be 70.
There's your canoe and kayak launch parking right down that road.
Right there. And more picnic tables tucked around.
If it looks a little hazy, they are doing a controlled burn today. We got firefighters off to our left. Another playground. Another day use area. Now parking lot 5 is just a very simple parking lot that takes you to the wetland trail. This is a walking path through the campgrounds. Like I said, parking lot 5, you just park there if you want to do the wetlands restoration trail. It's a 1.6 mile trail, but it's not a loop.
And if you continue to go on, it will connect you to the Fort King Trail.
Yes, which is a strenuous trail. So we come up to the campground entrance now that we've parking lot 5 is straight ahead. Like I say, that's a very basic parking lot. It's strictly for that one trail. So we're going to turn into the campground. Campgrounds 1 through 78 are that way. And campgrounds 82 through 114 are this way. So we're going to go through campground 82 through 114 campsites. As you can see, there are hard sand sites in trees. They are 30 and 50 amp sites. I think most sites are 50, but there are some 30s I saw on the map. And it's a shame that tomorrow this campground will be totally empty. There's site 89.
Nice shaded sites. There's not a lot of brush in between sites like we've been used to here lately, but still a very pretty area.
Site 98. Here's site 99. Has water on site. We got some inner loops too. This is 102.
Nice cypress swamp back there.
It does have a shower facility, bathroom. There's site 107 to my left, along with the bathroom. There's site 109. That's site 111.
There's some live fire out there.
Site 113. And here's the dumpsters. Going straight across the street now to the other campground loop. There's only two.
So that was Hammock Circle.
Campground, campsites 82 through 114.
And now
This is River's Edge Campground sites 1 through 78, and it's also where the dump station is located.
we're kind of dreading that dump station tomorrow.
As you can see, it's an old gravelly road. This park's been here quite a few years.
I read back there, this is one of the oldest parks in Florida. That's really cool.
To our left would be the dump station.
Tomorrow, Friday, when all campers must exit, every single one that's left here.
We'll probably be visiting that dump station.
Right, in a line. But we've noticed, it seems to me, that a lot of people have headed on out.
We're waiting until they kick us out.
That's right. By golly.
Okay, now this is kind of like a double loop in this one area. Single loop, double loop. Got sites 3 through 44 to the right and 45 through 78 to their left. So we're going to make a little right here. They do have 2 washers and 2 dryers over here at this bathhouse. And there's site 7 empty right there. There's an outer and an inner loop.
Except when you get up here, I like this area up here because you're more isolated.
Some dumpsters back here. There's site 14.
Yeah, these are nice. Just an outer loop.
Yep. Site 15, Site 16 and 17, where the motorhome is. It's a connecting trail. Single washer and dryer over on this side, see it?
Mm-hmm.
I have a Coke machine. I wonder if it's got any Cokes in it.
Oh.
And I know that you're looking at this thinking it's empty, but I can guarantee you, at normal business, this place would be full.
It was full.
Yes.
Campground was full. Like we said, a lot of people have been leaving, and we see people packing up even right now.
You have to reserve ahead.
Yeah, don't let these empty sites fool you. This is coronavirus empty right here. There were folks in these campsites last night.
They have the Cedar Landing campfire circle over here. Okay. Sites 45 through 73 now, and this is where we're at. We're in site 57. There's site 48, it's empty. There's site 50. This has an inner and outer loop. Site 52.
So just that it's an example of how full this was when I booked, I never reserve an inside loop unless it's the last chance.
Here we are. This is our place.
That's all I had available, so that's what we got.
Well, we have plenty of room here. We can park probably 3 cars in front of our motorhome. We got our dog pen out. We got a picnic table. We got plenty of room here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not really crowded with people. Next person's way over there. Here's 58, 59, and 60. At 61. 64. 65. 67. 69 and 70 are across the road here, the inner loop. That's site 70. See how wide it is and big?
Yeah, they're nice size sites. That's a plus.
Yeah. And there's our showers and restroom, and there's 2 washers and 2 dryers in there. And this is it.
So remember the worm sting earlier? They're everywhere. Check out our tire. Caterpillars. These are moth caterpillars. So that's going to take some significant blowing right there to get this ready to pack up. There's so many of them. Yikes. And you got these other dudes here. They look like they would sting you.
So we have just spent 5 days here at the Hillsborough River State Park in Central Florida. Today is Friday, March 20th, and today is Pack Up and Leave Day. Partially because this is actually our last day at this park, but course, due to the coronavirus, Florida state parks are closing, so we have to head back to our home base in Central Florida. That's my wife. There's caterpillars
Okay,
out.
it's raining caterpillars.
Yeah.
They are everywhere.
And
This is very effective at cleaning off your picnic table, but one was just on my leg.
yeah, so, and there's another
There's
one.
another one.
So I'll just continue this video while she fights caterpillars.
They will sting you.
I didn't get stung.
I got stung already.
Okay.
Ew, there's one on my... Oh, God.
So
Okay.
anyway, so we're packing up today, and we're headed back to Ocala. We've, of course, we've canceled our future reservations, which had already canceled on us. So we're just going to go back home. They're closed, and wait this ordeal out here, this coronavirus thing, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up later on in the year and continue on our 2020 journeys. So
Right, and we are fortunate that we do have a place to go. There are a lot of full-timers that are scrambling right now to find a place. So that's just one of the things that goes along with being full-time RV life.
yes. And if there is such a thing as catching a break or catching it lucky, we happen to only be 2 hours from home, where we could have been up in Pennsylvania, or like last year we were up in Washington, Oregon, and that would have been,
Yeah, we would
I
have
don't
just...
know, that's a long drive
We would have
back.
been in the same boat trying to figure out what to do.
A lot of other full-time RVers are.
Keep all of our traveling RV friends in mind and prayer, and we're just very thankful we do have a place to go.
But the state park, which we just did a review on, this state park is a wonderful state park. Has bathrooms in both campgrounds that are nice, washers and dryers. We have really good Verizon service here. The sites are spacious. They're wooded. They're not a lot of landscaping between the sites, but the sites are big enough where you're not crowded. And this, like we showed you, there's 5 parking lots. There's all kind of hiking trails here. There's biking. Had it not been for this coronavirus, they have a giant pool that would have been open for kids. There's playgrounds. There's
cafe.
a cafe. There's just a lot to do in this park. It's why I consider it one of the top 10 Florida parks. It's one of the older parks in Florida. And you're really close to the city of Tampa. If you want to take a day trip there, look at Busch Gardens. There's just a lot to do based out of this park, beside the park itself. So, of course, there's lots of places to walk the dog, and the caterpillar battle continues. Pretty soon she'll be able to get up here and get away from the invading horde.
Okay, I don't mind bugs, but I don't like bugs that sting you.
So
And they're everywhere.
So we did enjoy our 5 days that we have here, even because all the trails are still open. The pool, I believe, I read somewhere the pool is 70 degrees, so that would have been a little bit nippy for us to go in the pool, but it's a huge pool.
It is.
It's an in-ground regular pool. It's not like a river pool or something like that.
Yeah, we love this park. There's so much to do here, and we spent most of our time visiting family.
Yeah.
Which it was
My
just
son lives here.
a real
his
bonus.
family,
So we spent most of our time hiking. So
Right.
definitely need a do-over to check out the bike trails and the kayaking here.
Yes, and the river's beautiful to kayak. It's a kayak launch, and it's a pristine, old-time Florida river, winding
Clear.
river through lush trees and all that. It's a really pretty river.
It's really nice. And so the hiking, as you can tell from the hiking pictures, that it's just beautiful. So next time we'll do that. It's going to be a yearly thing for us, I think. This is going in the books.
So,
well, not the coronavirus, but the
right.
Hillsborough River State Park. The corona can go away.
Yeah.
Time to head on
Time to
north.
Tack
Just
up and head
a
on
little bit.
north, hook up the vehicle, and head a couple hours north and see what the future holds.
Right.
But I'm positive it's all going to work out. It might.
Yes. We just.
And our hearts out to those of you that are, we're retired, but there are people out there that are not working. And that's tough. It's tough. Tough times. But as a country, we'll see our way through it.
Hang in there.
We always have.
Yep.
So this is Gary.
I'm Sharon.
Rough Road RV Life.
We like looking at freedom.
Safe travels.
We'll see you on the road.
Stay safe and stay healthy.
Wash your hands.
Bye.
Bye. There's our campsite. Old 57. But it is very eerie and sad to see all these empty campsites. Probably as sad as it is to see empty schools, closed bars, closed restaurants. Today's a day. All state parks have to be vacated by 1 p.m. checkout time. It is right now at 11:40. There's not a huge backup at the dump station. I think Ruff Road's been sitting in the line for about 10 minutes, but it's next, so we're going to be hooking up and leaving this little slice of heaven.